Hello friends, welcome back to my tiny kitchen. I am Quintana, and I don't know about you, but I am ready to ring in a new year and say goodbye to 2020. And with that being said, I'm going to bring you not one, not two, but 3 recipes this episode. But don't worry, they're super simple, they're super easy. 2 of them I've already made before, and one of them, of course, is brand new, which I'm excited about. And they are dips. When I dip, you dip, we dip. For New Year's Eve, it's a perfect accoutrement. We'll just be snacking. It's just going to be Dan and I. Normally, I would be home with my mom and my sisters and my niece and her dad and the dog Coco. But this year is very different. Boo. But here's to a new year, and this time next year I hope to be with my family, and I hope that you all get to be with your family, because I know we're all in this together and we will all get through this together. So that being said, let's get to the dips. Okay, so for this video we're going to do things kind of differently. I'm still going to do the parade of ingredients, but instead of the scroll of ingredients, I'm going to include all the measurements at the description, in the description below the video. So with that being said, our first dip we're going to dive right into is our healthy Greek yogurt dill dip. It's so yummy and one I've made before, so let's get started. All right, so this recipe I found on robustrecipes.com, and it starts with 1 cup of Greek yogurt. You can use whatever fat content you like. I like to use the 2%. You can use fat-free, 2%, whatever percent you like. To that, we're going to add the juice of half a lemon, half teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of dried dill, or if you're using fresh, 1 tablespoon of fresh dill, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And now we're just going to mix it all together. All right, so we have this all mixed up, and now we're just going to cover it and chill. Just got to do the quality taste test, and it tastes so good. But I'm going to cover it and chill it in the fridge until we're ready to eat it, and that way the flavors will get even more nice together. So first dip down, on to the next one. Okay, this next recipe I have definitely made before, and it is so delicious. I found it on givemesomeoven.com, and it is a spicy Greek feta dip. It is so good. And since we're going to mix everything in the food processor, that's where all the ingredients are going. So let's get started with that parade. All right, so starting out, we're going to use 10 ounces of crumbled feta cheese, 2 medium roasted red peppers that I just got from the jar, and I also added a little bit of the oil from the jar for flavor, followed by 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then this recipe calls for 1 small garlic clove, which you know what we do, double it. So I added 2 garlic cloves, not small either. And finally, the recipe calls for 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, but I just added several good pinches because I like it spicy. And the next thing we're going to do, we're just going to blend it all up in this lovely food processor. All right, so we've got our beautiful dip waiting to be blended, and here we go. And here it is, our beautiful, delicious, spicy Greek feta dip that we are now going to cover and also place in the fridge until we are ready for a party dip. All right, and now on to the third and final recipe, which I found on epicurious.com, and it just sounded really good. It's a creamy avocado dip with scallions. Ooh, so let's get started with this parade of ingredients. So first things first, you're going to use 1 tablespoon of a neutral vegetable oil. I'm going to use grapeseed oil. And then you're going to take 3 scallions and chop them up. You're going to separate the white and the pale green parts from the dark green parts. So before we get to preparing the scallions, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients because we're all going to mix it in a bowl again. So we're going to use 1 avocado coarsely chopped. We're also going to add 3/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. And now we're going to move on to preparing the scallions. Okay, so I have the oil heating on medium-high heat. Now we're going to add the scallions, just the white and light green parts, and a pinch of kosher salt. And we're just going to continue to cook these. It said about 3 minutes until they start to brown on the edge. All right, so it's been a little over 2 minutes and they're already starting to brown. So I'm going to turn the heat off and set them aside. And now we are going to add these smell so good. We're going to add the scallions to our bowl of avocado and Greek yogurt. We're going to add 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And then we're just going to mix. Holy cow, you guys, this is already so delicious. I'm so excited for our taste tester to taste it. My mouth is literally watering. But now, you know what we have to do? We have to cover it and refrigerate it until we're ready for the party. So we'll see you on the flip side. Oh, we're back at our tiny tree. It's still the holidays after all. And oh, look at our 3 dips ready to be tasted. There's our delicious, healthy Greek yogurt dill. I'm just waiting for it to get into focus. Then we have our spicy feta dip. Delicious. There we go. And finally, our avocado and scallion. And our favorite taste tester, of course, is ready to give them a go. So let's have at it.
All right, here goes. I'm a guy that loves tomatoes, so this is going to be fun no matter what. So herby and fun and creamy and just enough flavor to carry any treat the distance.
Love it.
Now I'm heading over to the spicy feta dip.
Don't worry, I'll edit it. I'll mute your crunch.
That's almost like having an entire little tiny pizza. Very good.
Love it. Any
very good
specific flavors?
Just like a special Mediterranean pizza or something.
All right, and
very
here's
tasty.
The scallion avocado dip.
Okay, I've been eating this with my eyes since we started. Wow, that's blown my mind. I can't even describe it. It's like green heaven, avocados and scallions.
You taste a little of the chard of the scallions.
Yeah,
delicious.
Something's been charred in here. So good. Wow.
All right. 3 very successful dips, I'd say. And, 2020 deuces. I'm so glad to say goodbye. We're so glad to say goodbye to 2020. Thank you so much for coming back to my tiny kitchen, our tiny tree. I promise to see you next time back in my tiny kitchen. Until then, we just want to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.